feel the same way, dude. Let's get this done. Let's try to see if we can. Don't know how this game is going to play out. When do I ever? Alright, let me message him back because he should have. Now I just need to see one thing. Hopefully they didn't mess up my roster. Nope. Wow, as soon as I do it, disconnects. Get out of here, camera. Defense, up to you. What kind of crazy thing is, as much as I talk about, like everyone talks about offense, 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 I'm such a defensive guy. Like if my defense can play well, I feel like I have like I just want to be in the game in the fourth quarter. I don't want to blow out. That usually I feel like every season I have one game that is just bad, and then it's trying to work through it. This season it was Navy. Last season, hopefully it's the Navy one. Last season it was Clemson. Like I just couldn't do anything on either side of the ball. So we got to run the ball. That's where it starts. That's where it always starts for me. We have to run the football. If we do, we give ourselves a chance to win. That's the key. It's always the key. Run the football. We did a better job of blocking last game. We got back to how we looked in chunks of the game against Boise because even though I didn't run for a ton of yards against Boise outside of Landers' run, there were some runs that like, okay, this looks good. And I think that's the big problem with my team right now is I get into those where it's like, man, it's such a struggle to run the football. Like it's such a struggle to run the football. If we can run it, it makes it third and short, second and manageable, short, medium, and then you get people to blitz more. They can't just sit back in zone because they don't want to just get ran on, so they start run blitzing to try to blow up runs, and that's where you're able to take advantage. So hopefully we'll be able to. See. The cool thing about this game is a little history lesson for the NDL. This was the very first team I had right there, Florida International. So I'm coming back to my old, like coming back to where my NDL career started. Super cool. Super, super cool. Everyone's favorite helmet. I almost forgot to change my playbook. That would have been bad. I didn't even look at Western Kentucky's playbook. I think I would have been fine defensively, but on offense, I would have struggled. What's up, Brittany? I was gonna say just in general, because you're what 5-1 now, just quietly 5-1, and your only losses to
Welcome everyone to Pitbull Stadium,
oh
not far from
team with
Miami
a
of the
winning
home
record
of
by
the
3 points.
FIU Panthers. And today,
So
this fan base eager to show everyone what the Panthers' home field advantage is all about. Today we have a big Conference USA showdown in store. As we'll see, the Western Kentucky Hilltoppers taking on the Florida International Panthers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollock, Jesse Palmer alongside. Guys, we can't wait to see this game. Been looking forward to it all week.
oh, we're gonna kick off first.
And the Hilltoppers will kick it away to start. He's going to take a chance from midway in his end zone. He stopped at the 23, a couple of
That
yards
looked like
short of
really
where he would
solid
have been
blocking
when he
there.
took
Not
it
gonna
back.
lie. I was like, oh man. I was already feeling like Remy.
Ready to fire from the pistol. On the move, it's Owens. Banging, slithering, whatever it takes to get that ball up to the 32.
Man, when I can run the football like that on first down and create second and inches and stay way ahead of the sticks and
I
be in a
tried to
position
peel
now where I
off,
can throw
but
the football or run, I will have a lot of success on the
no
offensive side
success
of the
there.
football.
The Panthers have their whole playbook open here on second and inches. They'll go right back to the run. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot it at the 37.
This is a guy that can find you the hidden yardage. That play, he just pushes the pile to get that first down.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. To the air, it's Jenkins. Snagged in the middle, it's McNeil. He stopped at the 48, a pickup of 10 on the play.
You got to give the O-line a lot of credit there because it gave the receiver time to work all the way across the field on the drag route against zone coverage. Quarterback gets it to him. He's able to turn it up and get a first down.
FIU comes out with a fresh set of downs. Wide receiver comes in motion. The run from the shotgun. And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on second down.
Trying play action. Fires to the wideout. Grabbed over the middle. It's Stone. And he gets the first down, but man, did he get the hit stick laid on his noggin.
Well, and a nice job working the middle of the field. I think it's so important to keep defenses honest, and you can't
This
just
isn't
dink
a
and
good
dunk
start. He's
outside.
just
You gotta
basically
work
getting
the middle.
whatever he
Great
wants
job
every
finding
play.
this wide receiver over the middle of the field.
Down to the 26-yard line and a first down. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Makes the grab. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5.
This slot receiver is a guy the defense has to be careful of. He runs good routes. He's got some speed, and if you're not careful, this guy can gash you.
Best play so far.
Sets him up on 2nd down. One back in the backfield. He gets the carry. Brought down after a pickup of 2 to the 19.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
The 7th play of this opening drive, they'll need to move the chains on 3rd and short. Trying to pick it up on the ground. He gets it all the way down inside the 10. It'll be 1st and goal from the 8.
I think it's really important for this offense. They get this guy going early.
The bad thing is
nice job of that right now. Remember, he's the kind of running back.
It's getting gas for the run. I'm not guessing pass or anything. Just
That's a
can't
really
stop it.
good omen for this offense, considering his success now early.
Looking for a man. It's Jenkins. And that one is picked up in the end zone.
Should have kept it in the end zone. Gerard. All right, defense, let's go.
One of the best quarterbacks in all of college football, and they're able to get an interception.
That's a big one right there.
Massive for their confidence in this game.
The Hilltoppers buried deep in their own territory, just trying to find breathing room on 1st down. Takes the handoff. It's Parrish. And that's a very productive 1st down play and bringing up 2nd and 3.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
That's a big one right there.
And the Hilltoppers can really
keep the running back in the block. I think it's covered 2.
Wants to go up top.
Had him open way too long.
Just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
And that's a really good job by this defense. A complete defensive effort. And the back end makes the quarterback hold the football a little longer than he wants to. And then the pass rush gets home, hits him, and forces the incompletion.
They'll try to get the 1st through the air. Grab near the marker. It's Henry. And they reacted well to the completion.
Good catch there by Henry.
Keep them from getting the 1st down.
Well, after getting that takeaway, this offense is needing some points, and that's a big completion there on 3rd down. Good job reading the coverage. The offense is going to stay on the field. They want to keep this momentum going, and that last completion, that was...
Oh, he's got some space. Out to the 32-yard line before he goes out of bounds, and that's the way to give a little start to the drive.
Now, I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows. He can run slants.
It's wide open there.
Take it. Find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Nice job by the defense, just being very sound, understanding what they were seeing, and going and getting it. A lot of times these running backs force missed tackles and make you miss and make big plays. This defense did a good job of not letting that happen.
Oh, at least we got a yard out of that. It could have been worse.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9.
Turn off the shell blunt cam.
Back to pass. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And they can't hook up. Going for the big play on 2nd down. Now it's 3rd down.
Well, the offense is trying to go downfield and be aggressive. I think that receiver has got to do a better job fighting for the football. He just didn't really put in a great effort, and that's what helped the defender swat it away.
It'll be 3rd and long.
Okay.
From the gun, wants to pass. He's not afraid to go deep. He's got it on the left.
Woo.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm.
I was nervous on that one. I thought that might get picked.
A little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
The Hilltoppers have it with a 1st and 10. To the air on 1st down. And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44.
That is a a nice job by the defense in a sudden change type situation. The play before you just gave up a big completion down the field. So you got to try to stop the bleeding right away up front.
I had the running back
Pass
open.
rush comes through for
Couldn't
you
get rid of
for
the
a
ball
negative
quick
play.
enough.
And the Hilltoppers with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Wants to fire on second down. It's complete to the right. Several defenders get an assist on that tackle.
And the offense got away with one there. That was supposed to be a running back screen. Instead, the quarterback threw it somewhere else. And with all the offensive line running way down the field, they're lucky that wasn't a penalty.
They got to come up with a big play on this third and long. From the gun, the running back has it. Didn't get nearly enough done on third down. He's brought down at the 31-yard line. It's been a defensive battle through the first period, and the stats tell that tale. Sometimes you see the offenses sort of settle in, find areas to probe after that first quarter. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here.
I have a
The
play call in
Hilltoppers come
mind,
to the
but
line
I don't
trying
think
to
I can make
convert
it
on
work.
fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Big tight end makes the grab. It's a first down. And they finally make the tackle, but this will be a pretty easy conversion for this offense.
That's a big one.
They were easily within field goal range there, but they don't feel like you can win this game 3
Given the
points
fact
at
that
a
I've
time.
missed every
Nah,
kick over
pass. I mean, you
45
got to be
yards so
aggressive.
far
You
this
got to get
season, I don't feel
touchdowns,
super
man.
confident in
You've seen
going
the
for it
emphasis.
or kicking it
Defenses
right
are
now.
willing to give up yards now to make you kick
I
field
hate
goals.
that because I
like
love
this
kicking
offense
the
being
ball.
aggressive. Forget the threes. We need sixes.
Motion from the wideout. Touch pass on the run. Got
Let's
some
go,
room, headed for the goal
Burrows.
line. Touchdown, Hilltoppers. They wanted to finish, and that they did on
That's
that
a big one
possession.
there. All right, defense gets the interception
Back
in the
up
red
in the
zone,
shadow of their own goal
and
post.
then we
They'll be
cash in on
fronting.
a fourth down
When you
instead of
start in
taking
the
the
black
field goal
zone inside
attempt.
your own 20 coming out, it's difficult. You can give up a safety.
And
Get worried about that. But the offense puts a great
we
drive
get the
together.
touchdown. It's
Great
a good
job
start, as good as
executing.
you could
Great
ask
job
for.
getting the touchdown.
And he knocks the extra
Minus
point
the
for the
fact that he
upright.
just walked down the field very, very easily.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead.
Got to get better blocking on this return.
Looks like he's going to bring it out. Nice
Thankfully,
job by
Burrows
the
is on
kickoff
kick
team.
return.
Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Florida International offense is back on the field. They're trying to put something, anything together to get that goose egg off the scoreboard down 7-0.
The tackle.
Makes his way ahead, pick up a 3, and gets it to the 20-yard line.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Gives it to the back on the draw. Followed that blocking and got 5 out to the 26.
And those plays from a defensive perspective, man, they're just super annoying because now I'm in the worst spot ever. Third and manageable. Like, I don't know if you're passing, don't know if you're running. So nice job by this offense keeping this defense off balance and creating a third down opportunity that's in their favor.
That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37.
Well, in that down and distance, the quarterback's got to get rid of it so quickly, right? He knows the defense is going to be bearing down on him, so a nice job catching the gun snap and then turning and pivoting, getting it out of his hands quickly and accurately to pick up the first.
Good tackle.
And he is snuffed out, greeted by a host of defenders.
Well, this is a defense that we know takes tons of pride stopping the run. That's where it all starts and ends with them, and you saw a great effort on that last play.
What's a Heisman?
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10.
Play action, I'm guessing.
Single back formation, and they give it to him. There he goes. Nice pickup on the ground there. They'll move the sticks for the first down.
I'll tell you what.
Sad thing is I actually blitzed them there, but I peeled him off because I thought it was going to be a pass. And then he ends up walking in for a first down.
Great job breaking off the big run.
That's on me.
He's going to give him the ball some more.
They'll go to the ground. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe. 2nd and 7.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. The give to the back. Still running at the 35. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
I bet that running back's eyes got so big when he gets that handoff going to the right and he sees the huge holes. Yes, please.
The defense just didn't flow quickly enough. All of the blockers had leverage on their men.
Man, that defensive line has to get off the ball a little bit better, get some penetration to stop that outside run.
Tight end now in motion. Dropping back, it's Jenkins. They go to the wide receiver screen.
That sucks as I read it, but
had that one well covered, just a short gain there.
pretty cool play call on his
Completion
part.
here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
How about that run as he drives it all the way down to the 13-yard line?
Well, the defense did a pretty good job that time on the option play of having someone dedicating themselves to the quarterback to get him down. Not enough to stop the offense from picking up the first down, though. The defense really needs to be keyed in on this because they're going to see this.
Oh, I read it too. I read it. I was just out of position. That's a pick 6 if I can get there. Oh, man, that sucks.
Effective play management helps them get in the end zone after that
Dang. I read it, but I couldn't get in position to try to make the interception. And that sucks.
And he's going to bring this one out. Stopped at the 26, brought it out of the end zone, picked up an extra yard. The Hilltopper offense comes onto the field again. They had to stand by and watch that scoring march, and now it's up to them to find a way to answer it. And the throw out to the sideline. Good for a
Stupid
few.
game.
And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run
The reason I say stupid game is because he was wide open, but he threw him out of bounds. I walked for a first down there. Walk for a first down.
After that last completion, it's 2nd down. Looking to fire. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. And that did not work. Defense smelled that one out from the beginning.
And those screen passes, I want those defensive linemen to run right up the field, and I want to throw it right over their head where I got some space and I can get my running back going. That is the opposite of what happened right there. There was no space. He couldn't even get going.
Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Here's a heat. And the heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
And you usually don't bring in dime packages for running teams. You bring in dime because you know they're going to throw the football. You got more speed on the back end to cover, and defensive linemen know they have their job to do. And their job is to go get that quarterback and get that sucker on the ground.
Very little will make a crowd hold its breath like a punt return, and he brought them to their feet on that one.
I wasn't expecting the screen pass for a defensive tackle to just be able to blow it up.
Dropping back, it's Jenkins. He's got his man. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be 1st down.
Nice job by the running back catching the football and understanding where the 1st down marker was. I got to go get that 1st down. He did a nice job of it.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. They've got the screen set up. No siree, not this time. The defense was there and ready for that one.
Well, the defense sniffed that screen out
I
perfectly.
got lucky because I switched. I was trying to switch to the middle linebacker, and he hiked the ball as I was switching. So I got the defensive tackle, so he was already running there, so I just got to keep going.
And the Panthers have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. It's a draw. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front. Quick timeout by the defense here, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. It'll be 3rd and long. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. Makes the catch. It's McNeil. Defense scoops it up, and he's headed the other way. They drag him down pretty quickly, but the defense forced a big turnover.
Great job by the defense here, forcing the fumble on the wide receiver. Look, understand the ball came out quick. I got to break, get hats to the football, secure the tackle, try to get that football out. Nice turnover, nice hustle by this defense.
The clock will stop with this timeout from the offense. They'll get a chance to regroup on the sideline.
That's big. All right.
They'll move the tight end. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Gets it to the 46-yard line. 1st down for this offense. And the Hilltoppers want to crank the tempo. Looking to throw on 1st down. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. He's got it.
Burrows, let's go.
Touchdown, Toppers.
And the offense breaks the tie.
Let's
takes
go.
the lead, gains some momentum. How big is this, Palmer, now? Going into the half with the lead, with the momentum.
Defense, come on, get a stop,
They also
please.
break their confidence a little bit now. The opponent now has to go into the locker room probably down, and they're wondering, what adjustments do we have to
Man.
make? What do we have to fix? Because we
Maverick put some air on that one. Talk about dropping it in the bucket.
And as they kick off, really important for the defense to shut them down here.
Ooh, boy.
bringing it out. Didn't find any.
All right, I got to chill with the hit sticks now because I've got a couple. So I need to like take a step back. I got a couple of hit sticks here. We need to just chill.
First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. Back to pass, it's Jenkins. Finds his man, it's Owens.
Well, it's important in this game, this offense gets the running back involved out in the perimeter in space where he can do some damage. That time they got it to him throwing the football. He picked up a couple of yards, but it gives the defense something to think about.
They're working that left side. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. They'll send the tight end in motion. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Got it behind the line. It's Payne. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Second down, they'll go to the air. Wide open downfield. Gets it down to the 33. They pick up the first down. Got to use their time wisely. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. They'll try to salvage a field goal on this drive.
That sucks on my part. That's on me, though.
He boomed it through a 50-yard field goal, showing off that powerful leg.
And that's a nice end to this first half. Put points on the board, create a little
Bad
bit of
defense
momentum.
on my part.
Losing, I know. Go into the locker room, talk about some adjustments, and come out with some momentum.
Oh, we definitely got to return it. Burrows, can you make it a 3?
Just into the end zone, and he'll bring it out.
Nope.
Coverage team there to make the stop. They avoid disaster, and that's the end of the first half. So the first half has come to a close. We'll take a break and head over to the halftime show. FIU has it on
What's
a
up, Vic?
ready to go here in the third quarter. From a couple of yards deep, he'll bring it out. Tackled at the 24 and almost breaks even with the yardage he would have gotten with a touchback. Here comes the Western Kentucky offense back onto the field.
What,
They start
disconnect?
this third quarter with the lead, but they might want to think about shoring up that protection.
Yeah, the good news is you're leading on the scoreboard. The bad news is your quarterback doesn't feel like it because you can't protect him. So, David, adjustments in pass protection, that has to be something they were talking about here at halftime.
100%. Just you can't get him hit that much. He's still doing a good job delivering the football, but if you keep hitting the quarterback enough, man, they'll start to see ghosts, they'll panic, and they'll make some of those mistakes.
Hit stick versus truck
They had
stick.
the perfect play to open the drive, and now they'll snap it again from the 38.
That actually helped because that moves to defensive end. And
Off the play fake on first down. Got his man on the right. Getting closer and closer to midfield. Out of bounds. They'll mark it at the 47.
I like the
Gotcha.
slot receiver because he gives his quarterback a good option working the middle of the field. He's a nice weapon in this offense.
The Hilltoppers with myriad options after that big pickup on first down.
gotta block the middle linebacker. Center.
Power football with the run. He has the first and still on his feet. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
Well, they only needed 1 yard, so no mystery there. Turn around, hand it off, and he finds a way to get it.
And the Hilltoppers come to the line with a new set of downs.
What's
Looking to throw on first down. Trying to get behind the defense. Snags it inside the 20.
Macalicious, let's go.
He got loose and it was lights out after that.
And I think sometimes QBs know
Good
before they
throw by
snap who
Maverick.
they're going to. You could tell he looks to the right immediately, knows his guy's going towards the middle of the field, reads the safety, put the ball on the money, over the linebackers, away from the safety, gets the big catch, and he walks into the end zone for a touchdown.
The offense will have to use its first time out of the half.
Man.
They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. And he's going to try to return this one. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Guys, FIU ready to go back to work on offense. They go to the ground. And that ball's free behind the line. Offense scoops it up and still going. Hits him with a stiff arm. I don't know if it was luck or aggression. Just a fortuitous bounce, but at least they've got the ball back.
Well, one thing I do know, Reese, this running back has got to do a better job with ball security. You cannot turn the football over and expect to win this game. They're very lucky they were able to jump on top of that one.
Holy crap, man.
Might have to give that coach a flag and a whistle. He was right on in his view of the play, and the officials agree and overturn the call.
That's a big one there.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. Back to throw, it's Jenkins. Here's the pressure. Nowhere to go. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover.
Those are hard for offensive linemen when they get beat and you're going, no, look out for your blind side, watch out. But
I left the guy wide open. I didn't even see him.
A little extra bonus. Nice job by the defense.
There was a guy wide open down the field, busted coverage. I did not even see him. And then even if it's not a fumble, my guy caught the ball mid-flight, so it doesn't matter.
And the fumble recovery sets up this offense with a great opportunity to cash it in for points. They'll use the running game on first and goal. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Man, when you go into the half and you're down, like that speech is usually pretty fiery. A lot of words you can't use on television. And so this coaching staff probably challenged their guys, and I like the way they started this second half so far. Physically, flying around, doing a great job stopping the run. They got to play like this the rest of the game.
Motion from the wide receiver. Looking for a path to the end zone to the right.
Let's go.
Now, Western Kentucky. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. The offense did exactly what it's supposed to do with a start like that one.
When you're set up with that field position, you're thinking touchdowns. You're not thinking field goals. It's exactly what the offense does. Takes advantage of great field position.
Look, at you guys see in chat the pic of Tim at prom?
Kickoff unit getting some extra work as this lead has really grown.
Man, you want to talk about a huge swing of events. So we get a fumble, force a fumble, but it's caused by the ground.
And the returner will be brought down.
It got caused by the ground.
FIU gets it back, and the Panthers will send the offense back onto the field. This one feels as if it's starting to get away from them a little bit, Jesse.
Yeah, Reese, there's a lot of teams in college football at this point that would just quit. So, David, we're going to find out a lot about this team right here.
Yeah, just running out of opportunities. You give opportunities away like this, you're trailing. Every possession is going to be important from here on in.
So now it's second and long. They try to pop a run on the draw.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the
Got me. I
chains.
got no clue. None of us are part of the
Panthers
rules committee.
lining up, just needing a few tough inches on third down. To the ground to try to pick up the first.
I tried to do a cross
Ball
blitz,
down, but he has
but I was
enough to
nervous
move the
about a
chains.
RPO.
3rd and inches, everybody knows what's coming, but it's so dang hard to stop it. You better get penetration with that defensive line. They didn't do a good enough job. Running back falls forward and does his job.
Scanning the field, it's Jenkins. Gets it out
Good
to the
catch.
38-yard line after picking up 10 on that one.
It's really tough on offenses when defenses know what you got to do. You got to pass the football. They're in man coverage. How about the receiver understanding where the first down is? He smells it. He goes and gets it.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49.
First down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big gain.
Looking downfield on first down. Time to take a shot. Makes a catch at the 20. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Florida International.
It's so nice as a quarterback when it's not just your receivers that are dangerous after the catch. How about the yak ability
Somebody
by this
wasn't
tight
there.
end? He's a guy
I
that
don't
can
know what the route.
stretch
I have
the
to look
field.
back at
He
that
can
play.
hit
The route
DB space, and he's
combination
got
had
speed.
to be it, but
He's a
somebody was
generational talent
not
who's really
there.
helping out this offense.
Because someone
Here's
should have been
Seth taking
dropping
over
back, and
for
there
this
was
crowd
nobody
now
back
ready to
there.
get behind them.
Interesting.
And he's going to bring it out. He's brought down at the 30, but a productive return after deciding to bring it out.
Going in and out. It doesn't look like it on my end. I haven't even dropped a frame.
Hilltopper offense comes onto the field again. And after that last score, this is just
That's
a
not good.
two-possession game now, and they'll be looking to find some cushion on this drive. The give to the tailback. Pushes ahead for a couple. They'll mark it at the 33.
And I think after that play there, you're seeing how this offense is staying committed to having some balance. They've had so much success early in this game throwing the football, right? They've been lighting the scoreboard up through the air, but they also want to keep the defense on their heels, so you continue to run the football. Even if you're not breaking off 60-yard TD runs, you got to have that balance.
Maybe it's because I'm streaming to YouTube too.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7.
What's up, TG?
Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. And the ball's loose in the backfield. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover.
As a defender, you love the big hits. And you know what the cherry on the sundae is? When you get the big hit and force the fumble.
It's not gonna stand, but or it's gonna stand, but I have to challenge that. Such a terrible fumble. Oh, we got it back. Thank
This
God.
coach wanted to be absolutely certain on a challenge. He was right. The previous play will be overturned.
The big one.
3rd down for the offense after recovering their own fumble. From the gun, wants to pass. Caught over the middle. It's Myers. He's there to make the stop, but the damage has been done as they pick up the
Also
first
being
down on
partial,
the
my
throwing
bad.
catch.
It's a nice play call there. You've got 2-possession lead. You're trying to keep the defense guessing, right? Because you've got that lead, they know you're going to run it, but you still have got to be able to sprinkle in some shot plays and some vertical throws. That was really, really good thinking on that last play call by the offense.
They'll give it to the back. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Well, they're trying to run the football there, just nowhere to go. They got dominated up front at the point of attack.
Sure did.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9.
I'm thinking a blitz here.
Wants to go up top. Under fire. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
That's what this defense has to do, guys. They've got to knock this quarterback down to the ground. He's already thrown a couple of TDs. The only way you're going to stop that is with good quarterback pressure.
They've got the ball at midfield, but they're facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Unloads to the wideout. Got his man on the right. Turning it on.
Oh, Henry. Let's go. Let's go. That's beautiful.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are
Man to man, and he was able to break a tackle. Story is oldest time on this game.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
When we get to the 4th quarter, would it be in 35-17?
And he's not going to take the touchback. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return.
Let me go with the Duvid defense here. 3-3 tight, 3-5 tight.
He just missed the target on that one. Got to put it on his body.
Well, this defense knew coming in they were going to see some RPO, and they were going to see some quick.
That was a perfect play call because I left it wide open because I just sent the blitz there.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. They'll send the back in motion. Looking to pass. It's Jenkins. Fires to the middle. Found a seam. And they'll pick up the 1st down and mark it at the 47.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
He's taking the shot. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
And that's a big shot, that's a big incompletion, but this offense has to continue to do more of that. When you're trailing and you've got to make plays, they got to find creative ways to push this ball down the field and get this offense in a flow.
He'll take another shot here. And it's caught inside the 30.
Jump.
His defense giving
Had an opportunity for an interception there. Got to jump on that. Got to jump on that. In position, I'm looking at the ball. No reaction.
With another 1st down. Wants to throw on 1st down. It falls incomplete, and that'll do it for the quarter. We've been treated to an aerial show by these two guys so far as you check out their numbers. One more quarter to go, and it looks as if we are ready to play. It'll be 2nd down as we open the final stanza. Back to pass. The short hands. It's Perry.
It's always interesting how people handle late game. Like, you know this game is over. There's not a lot to gain from it, but some people try to throw the ball deep and continue to make plays. They throw it short. The clock's running out, and there's not a lot to talk about that's going to be positive for this offense.
Catch in the middle, it's Payne. Touchdown, Panthers. Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone.
How about the day for this young fella? 3 receiving touchdowns. Hey, defense, that guy's good. We might want to do something about it. Let's send 2 at him. Let's send 3 at him. You can't let this guy continue to beat us time and time again.
That's a hurtful one.
Looks like he's going to bring it out.
Got stuck behind my own damn guy.
The 16 would have been much better off to take the touchback.
stuck behind my own dude. Man, could have got at least like the 20-22. So I was already looking
Here comes
downfield.
the Western Kentucky offense back onto the field. To the air on first down. And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10.
And those outside linebackers nowadays, they're so fast. They got to cover ground. You can blitz them off the edge, and they can get after quarterbacks. Versatile. That's why they're getting drafted so high in the NFL and getting paid all that money.
Could have kept the running back in. Uh, He's blitzing a lot on first down, which is why I called that. 'Cause if he's going to blitz, he's probably in man
The
behind it.
Hilltoppers now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Back to pass on second down. Caught in the backfield, it's Henry. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that
That's a
play.
terrible drive to this point.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. Third and long, backed up inside their 20. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play.
On there, just take the
Trying
yards.
to make magic with his feet. Get the touchdown, get the first down, or just get down, and the quarterback does.
Defensively on third and long, you are dropping deep. You are making sure you get at least to the sticks. They got a long way to go. Don't let them throw the football. Make them throw it underneath. And how about this quarterback? He does an unbelievable job scrambling around, now hitting the gas, picks up so many yards. Now he makes it a fourth down and manageable. So much easier on the offense.
And the returner goes down. The Florida International offense is back on the field. How about that last drive? Just carved him up in the air, David.
Yeah, and how about that quarterback? You gave him the ball, and he delivered the goods. Great job taking apart the defense, Jesse, on that last drive.
He really did, David. I mean, that was a masterclass in just reading coverage and being accurate.
They'll leave it with him. Brought down at the 46, but he got 10 on the play.
Yeah, and this offense, listen, we're in warp speed, right? We got to score a bunch of points here. We're down. We're trailing. We got to go fast, but we also got to get first downs. And that's a nice job sneaking in the run, getting the first down, and now we crank the tempo back up.
That's caught. It's stolen. Shoved out of bounds after a big gain. They'll mark it at the plus 42. FIU comes out with a fresh set of downs.
Yeah, and he runs a quick out route, and this is a timing route. Quarterback has to trust him, throw him the football. You can tell they've thrown this a time or two. Nice job. Nice.
Quarterback over to it.
I don't know if the quarterback read the coverage properly on that one, but obviously the result is an incompletion.
They're dealing with a second and long. To the air, it's Jenkins. Pressure coming. Always a welcome play from the defense as they get a sack at the 47.
And a great job by the defense, dropping in zone coverage, all eyes on the quarterback, taking away the options, and then finally the pass rush gets home, gets him on the ground.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Fires toward the end zone. And good coverage there to knock it away and deny the score.
And I understand the sense of urgency for the offense now because you're trailing here by a lot in the fourth quarter, and you're just trying to take a shot to see if you can get on the board and get some of this momentum back. But the problem is the defense understands that, so they're playing coverage, and they're doing a good job on the back end. Nice job forcing the incompletion.
Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Incomplete on fourth down, and man, did they need to keep that drive alive.
And you had to. I mean, the offense had to be aggressive. You're down multiple scores. You needed to make something happen right now. You had to be aggressive.
Favorite Bucks fan.
I think you had to go for it on that fourth down.
Tampa Bay's a mess right now.
The game's looking like it might get out of hand.
The Hilltopper offense comes onto the field again. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Stop behind the line. He'll lose a yard.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Wide receiver going in motion. They'll go to work in the air on second down. Sweet grab, but they're going to end up taking a loss on the play.
That's on me. Got to throw to Mac there.
A chance to sort of put the defense on its heels if you convert a 3rd and long. This one from the 44. He's looking downfield to throw. He's going to let one fly down the middle. He makes a grab.
I love you.
So
I love you, Burrows.
He could almost taste it, but it'll be 1st and goal for this offense.
Defense just hasn't had an answer for this guy. He has been on point. This is about as good as I've seen him play at the quarterback position. And here in the 4th quarter with a big lead, he's still taking shots.
To have any chance in the world, this defense has to come up with a stop on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run.
All right. Big. Yeah, man, you're looking really good with USF, that offense. Mr. Brown. Brown is looking good. I got to watch a chunk of that game against Tennessee. I thought you were going to get them.
They stayed true to who they were, and now big-time advantage, big-time lead, up by 17 in the 4th quarter.
And now with the extra point, they're up by 18 here in the 4th. Quick work on that
Oh, man.
drive, just 4 plays.
Not going to lie. I don't want to jinx myself because there's still a lot of time left in this game. But after going 4-2 last season, 4-2 start with Florida State.
And he's not going to take a knee. Here he comes.
Please tackle him, thank you. After going 4-2 with Florida State, and then finishing 4-8, I will admit I was a little concerned coming into this game. Like, here we go, same thing again. But this time, are we going to be able to have a better start to the second half of the season?
That 4th down gamble didn't pay off on the last drive, and it led to giving up a scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and everybody wants to go for it on 4th down. Everybody wants that, but your defense sometimes has to bail out your decision-making. We decided to go for it. We didn't get it. The defense, Jesse, didn't come up big and prove me right.
Yeah, not complimentary football, no doubt. But look, this offense has been in these situations.
He lobs one high down the left side. And that ball is hauled in inside the 35. And the Panthers are in the hurry up.
And after that long completion for the 1st down, did you see everybody sprinting to the line of scrimmage offensively? They want to go tempo right now.
To the air, it's Jenkins. And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line. Each play has a life and history of its own. And you want to talk about 2 opposite plays? Offense grabs momentum, defense takes it back.
And the game's always like that, isn't it? It's back and forth.
All right, you
Sometimes
have
they get
the
you,
receiver,
sometimes
Sam.
you get them. Nice job by the defense being ready for the next play.
A lot more than a receiver there.
Coming in, it burns him up. Another sack. The defense all revved up after that earlier sack, and they'll try to stop him right here. On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. And that'll be incomplete.
I thought he caught it at first.
Now it's 4th down. Up tempo for the offense. They'll immediately call timeout.
I thought he caught it. I was about to say, what? Look, if we give up a catch and prevent, you guys need to get cut. I already don't like you
Down
anyway.
by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the 4th quarter. They'll go for it on 4th down. Bring in the heat.
Back.
And they get to him and sack the quarterback, and they'll stop the drive on downs. Here comes the Western Kentucky offense back onto the field. They're in command of this game. Now let's see if they try to rub a little salt in the wound or happy with getting the W.
Yeah, and listen, this makes the post-game handshake fun sometimes. If you do choose to rub a little salt in it and keep chucking and keep scoring, I'm here for it, Jesse. Like, your job is to score points. It's my job to stop it. Keep the foot to the accelerator. Keep trying to play ball.
I agree 1,000%. That's like Steve Spurrier back in the day when I was playing for the Gators. You go and play for him because you want the opportunity to throw
They
the
told
ball.
me
So
I
when you
could
get in
chew.
the game late, you're not handing it off. We were beating Central Michigan by 80-something points. He was still letting us throw the football. It's the defense's job to stop you.
And in a two-possession game, they'll take a knee. Defense can stop it a couple more times.
5-2, man. 5-2.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long.
I shouldn't be this happy about a regular season win. Like in the, because you're thinking about the big picture.
And
You're
they
trying to
take a
reach your
knee on
win goal,
4th
but I'm
down.
telling you, last
Inflicted enough
season
damage, and that ought to do it.
to be 5-2 or 4-2 and then to lose every game the rest of the way and finding every way to lose, whether it's the defense here, the pass defense here, special teams, field goals, like we just found every possible way to lose a game. Every possible way to lose a game. And then started the season with a loss to Boise. And I know Boise's better than Western Kentucky, but man, and mentally it's like, all right, we're on a 7-game losing streak. If you want to add the cup, I also lost to Vic in the cup. Like I hadn't won a game in a
A
long time.
strong, methodical, workmanlike effort from this team. No frills, just get the...
Haven't won a game in a long time. And then I lost to Boise, and then I had the game with Navy. They grew up 14-0. Then it's 14-14, and then we had the epic collapse in the third quarter. And like, all right, well now we're gonna be 1-2. What's our season gonna look like? I played Troy. I couldn't get a stop to save my life. And since then, defensively, we've played better. Fisher had some plays out there where the ball was just overthrown, and then the turn of events on the fumble. Those were huge. Let's before I even go look at the stats, if you came into this game late, you need to see how this game played out. So you can see here he got the ball first, and when I say he was walking down the field, he was walking down the field. Like we couldn't do anything to stop him. Nothing. And then it was this Herard over here sitting in zone. And good by him to come back to the ball. 'Cause I feel like that's something that you can't expect. And bad on me here because I should have stayed in the end zone. But I saw that and I'm like, ooh, I can go. And then 11, I thought was going to block him, but then he went up the field to block a lineman. That was a bad decision to bring that out. Just take the fact that you got the ball. He was getting a lot of pressure in this game. His blitzes were good calls. This was the one to Mac on third down, X. I see he's open, but I always hate this because you have square running deep, and you wonder if that guy's gonna peel off. So that's why I made him go down because I thought he was gonna get hit. And if you look at it, like if I would have went through with the catch, he runs by him. If Henry blocks that receiver, that's a touchdown, or that safety, that's a touchdown. But the key was going for it on fourth down. I normally don't like to go, but I've missed my last two field goals. So I was nervous about it. And then a play that usually never works. Good enough blocking. Quincy Burrows, a jet touch pass. So obviously, you always want to bounce, like run outside and just let your speed carry you. But got to cut upfield, and it just worked out good where I was able to cut up but still go out. Good job enough by the linemen, or by the linemen, by the blockers. Obviously, the defensive pursuit is always a concern. Like that guy right there slowing me down, Landers, that actually got me the touchdown because he slowed me down to make me cut upfield. Otherwise, I would have got tackled. Then he walked down the field, and then his touchdown pass, like there was nothing I could do. It was a good play call. I'm sitting in zone, and I see it's the tight end angle, so you see me going in to try to get it, but I ran too far out. I have to come up. Like I said, when it happened, if I step into that, that's a pick. So that's one of my fastest defenders on the field going full speed the other way. That's on me. Good play call, because that usually a lot of people will bite on the dummy route, the drag route, but I have to make that play. I got to be better there. I got sacked. We got the big hit stick. Like I said, the chip stick is actually working for me this season. Good catch there, and then fumble, and then instant recovery. Then Burrows. Burrows obviously left his impact in the game. This was a Burrows game for sure. I don't know what this was. Was it just a deep ball? Yeah, it was a wheel route, fork wheel. And I see the blitz coming there up the middle. Like, so from the safety, he's coming up. So I already know that Burrows will have an opportunity. I just need to get the ball out. Because I could have, tried to throw the square, but just like Burrows is my fastest guy, just trust that he's not going to get hit off his route and just lob the ball down the field and hope for the best and then just let his speed carry it. And you can see 96 speed, just able to get enough in front of him to get into the end zone. And then he made the field goal. That was a good play call there because I was worried about him throwing deep for a touchdown. I wasn't worried about anything super short or like intermediate. He got me with a good play call. Mac, I think this was the deep end. No, it was a post because he picked up the end, so I couldn't go there even if I wanted to. But then the safety got caught flat-footed, so just lead him inside, catches, and he just runs by him, slips a tackle, touchdown. But this was huge here because if this isn't a like this these two plays had a huge impact on the game. So roll the footage. We tackle him for a loss of one. Fumble. His receiver picks it up and gets a huge run after. So he would have been in my territory, but it's a fumble, so we get to keep the ball. Or we he has to take the ball back at 2nd and 11. Then I want you to look on the left side of the field. Don't even look at the quarterback yet. Just look at the left side of the field. Look who I'm controlling right there, and look at what happens here. Busted coverage by me. I picked up the short route wide open. Walk in touchdown. Kudos to that guy trying to run back there, but there's literally nothing I could do there. And I saw it immediately. I just like, damn, there's nothing I can do. But then we have to go back and look what happened here. Four-man rush. And that's an interesting looking animation there. What exactly happened? Did it hit the helmet? No, he got hit the empty arm. So they said it was a fumble, but it wouldn't have mattered anyway because Mr. Holloman or Holloman dives and catches the ball. So if they said it was a pass, which it wasn't, it wouldn't have mattered either way. I get the ball. That was huge. Harris with the touchdown. Because those two plays have a huge impact on the game. Because it's a one score game after he scores a touchdown. And then we get the ball, touchdown, 3-score game. And then basically we were just trying to hold it at 3 scores. He goes down and scores. I think that was to the right side. And I wanted to see this play. So it was press. He's pressing. Ah, that's why. Okay. That's why. It was the tight end. I didn't see that. I thought it was a receiver. I'm like, I'm in match coverage. Why is no one there? That's why, because the guy that was picking him up is too slow. And then I over pursued. Touchdown. Then big for us here, another one. We fumble the ball. They call it a fumble. Like he just wouldn't go down, which was a very annoying there. But we get the ball back, and then we end up scoring a touchdown. I think it was Henry on an in route, a deep in. There's the blitz. Keep the running back in. Just slide to the right a little bit to help. And then you see he's open enough, but then a broken tackle, and then there's I don't know if there was anybody over there because I didn't have anyone running deep. No, so I would have been fine either way. But I didn't want to. Like, I was trying to run upfield some to make sure I still get yardage instead of running flat foot, and I just needed to find a place where I could try to cut back, and that works. And then the fourth quarter, his touchdown. I think this was just me, bad coverage on my part. Yeah, because I went directly for the running back, and the linebacker is drifting over to the side as I was hoping he would, because I was hoping that guy would actually come into his zone. And I was trying to take away the running back, and it wouldn't have mattered either way, anyway, because I think Circle would have been open coming across. The safety is too deep. That on the big fourth down stop. And then this one here again, Burrows. Did he blitz? Because there was a lot of people in the box. He didn't blitz. Man, if I had to tighten up the seam, I would have had him. He played good defense. It's different because I'm not used to people playing middle linebacker and actually doing a really good job of taking it away. He forced me to throw the ball outside the numbers a lot in this game. A lot. But this is big. As you see, there's nobody out there, so this is it's a smash. It's a motion smash. It's the first time I've ever run this in any game. Because I was looking for Burrows to get up the field, but I wanted to have him go in motion to see if it would shift the safety. And it did, but I wasn't planning on throwing to Burrows. I really wanted to throw to Henry because I wanted him to follow the tight end and then Henry to come underneath and basically throw the ball before he can come back. But then Burrows, like I see him, and again, it's the same thing. If I can just get air on the ball and get it in front of him and not overthrow, we're good. Almost got a touchdown there. Thanks, William. I have to say, I'm happy with the way this team has been playing. I didn't expect it to be like this, especially the way the season started, but we're trying to find some things that work defensively. The key thing is we're able to force some turnovers, and we haven't been able to do that for the mass majority of the season. We have struggled even being around the ball, and now we're finding ways to get turnovers, and the offense is good. Off the top of my head, I had 4 touchdown passes. So against Navy, I threw 4 picks. Against Missouri State, I think against Troy, I had 6 touchdowns. Missouri or Delaware, I had 4. Missouri State, I had 3. And this game, I had 3 as well. No, 4. So what? 10, 14. Actually, against Missouri, it was a rushing touchdown too, so just 2 touchdowns. But that would be what, 6, 2, 8, 12, 16 touchdown passes in a row without an interception. Like that obviously helps a lot, not turning the ball over. Huge, huge help. Hey, David, I'm sorry. I need this win. You only have one loss. You can't be upset. You only have one loss. My season was on a teetering point. If I go 1-3, then who knows how things, play out. but I will gladly take. And it wasn't even like we had a great win in terms of like you walk away from the game feeling great about yourself. It was super stressful. And on top of it, just defensively, I was just at a loss for most of the game. Like I can't stop this guy. I can't slow him down. Too many big plays. I couldn't even make you walk down the field. You're just getting chunk plays left and right, and defensively, I felt kind of helpless. And then since then, we've been able to kind of get our season going. I won't even say on like back on track, but on track. Like, hey, we're getting better as the season goes along. Like I said, last season with Florida State, we got worse as the season went along. Like I'm still trying to win, but I had such such a struggle trying to figure out. I'm like trying to figure out what I can do. Hope you're doing good, Montez. And I haven't felt like that in a while because usually when things are going bad, my first thought is, okay, what's wrong and how can I fix it? And I'll overemphasize trying to fix it if it'll help me win. But the problem was I could see things going wrong everywhere. It's like a ship with a bunch of holes. Got leaks everywhere. You can't you patch one, then another hole pops up. And that's what it felt like. But this season, we're able to see we have some weaknesses and we're able to still have some success despite it. That wasn't something I was sure was going to happen the way the season started out. Let me get the stats up so I can start putting these in. The next block will be interesting though. So I have a game against Louisiana Tech. That's at home. And then I have a game against New Mexico State. That's on the road. I played Old School a couple seasons ago. I don't know if you guys know Old School's son is on the team. That's why he took them. Oh, I played him a couple seasons ago when I had New Mexico. So obviously, I'm hoping that we can replicate some of that success there. But my win goal is 7. I got 5 games left. I got to win 2. Obviously, the Middle Tennessee game is an important one because his offense is humming. I know he only has 1 win on the season, but man, his offense is electric. So that could be a problem. And then I have Wobbles. I've never played Wobbles before. I don't know what to expect. Jacksonville State, I know he's had a struggle, but he just had a game against Sam Houston where he was so close to getting his first win. It'll be at the end of the season, so I don't know what to expect going in. So now I guess you're just looking at conference play and saying, hey, you know what? Let's just take it a game at a time. I know that's the coach speak. Just take it a game at a time and just keep an eye on how everyone else is doing in the conference. It'd be great if I had an opportunity to play for a conference championship. We'll see what happens. Maybe we fall apart. Maybe we don't. I don't know. But just one game at a time. The most important game is your next game. No such thing as should ever. I only one time if I went into a game, and it's not even in the NDL, it's in a Madden league, because the guy that used to throw deep all the time. I've never, like, he was the only guy I'm like, there's no way I should ever lose him because he would just chuck the ball in double and triple coverage. But then he start catching them in one game and end up beating me by one score. And like he had over 600 yards passing, and a lot of the plays were double coverage plays. So I just sat back and cover 4, and to a point, I literally ran my linebacker deep or my slot guy deep, depending on where I thought he was going to throw the ball, and he was still throwing it and still catching it. Like, this is insane. Super, super frustrating. So I will never take a game for granted because you never know. A bad momentum swing happens in the game and your team never recovers from it. Or worst case, it's just a game where you can't do anything right no matter what you do. and those happen too. This will be exciting for you though, David, because this will be your best season in the NDL. We got 2 stops on fourth down, so my fourth down percentage is finally going down. It took forever. People are just walking down the field on us, and then they get to fourth down, and it's like, and then they convert. But one thing that is helping is we're actually getting pressure now. I knew we'd get a little more going into conference play, but we're actually like really generating pressure. Like really, really generating pressure. Some with the blitz, and then some just flat out, we're winning at the line of scrimmage. We're not doing it against the run because Owens was having a good game. The reason that Owens didn't have a bigger game is because he got behind and he had to start passing the ball. So that took away from the run game, but especially in the first half, he was just eating, carving up our defense. All right, team stats are good. No penalties. Crazy. I got called for penalties twice this season. Once against Sam Houston when I was trying to run out the clock. So that got him the ball back. And then because it stopped the clock, so it got him the ball back. And then the game against Navy with all the holding calls. Jenkins 23 of 32, 3 TDs with just one pick. There's the fumbles. Channeling from Central Michigan with the hit sticks there. Look at that. Owens 14 for 93. He didn't break any tackles either. That's the depressing part. It was just good running, good good vision. His blocks were set up well, and he did a good job of weaving in and out. So yeah, we're gonna have to shore up the run defense. If we don't, it's gonna be a problem because we're still gonna struggle stopping the pass anyway. But I would that's how I like to play defense. Stop the run and force a team to have to pass the ball. Problem is, you know, if you don't stop the run, then they can do both. Also, a key thing is here McNeil. McNeil is his leading receiver coming into the game. He was like carving up some of the defenses he played so far. So I was trying to key on him, didn't key on the tight end. Clearly, that didn't help me. But I tried to make sure that we took McNeil out of the game as the best that we could. Oh, he didn't have a huge game, which definitely helps too. And only 3 pancakes, felt like he had more. Defensive boost, man. I don't think we're going to be seeing a lot of boost after the bowl game. Honestly, at this point, if we're seeing, like, for me, I was surprised that we got a ratings boost or ratings update last week because I just thought maybe whoever won the Heisman would get it. And then the college football playoffs, the teams that go deeper in the playoffs might get a boost. The pain of being in the G5, no one really cares about us. 3 sacks, that's the most sacks I've given up this season. His blitzes, like one where I had to eat the sack because there was no one open. I was just refused to throw an interception, but I couldn't do anything. He had everyone covered. It was too risky of a throw. And there was one I took a sack. I probably have to go back and look at the video, the stream. But I was gonna throw a comeback route on the right because he backed everybody off. So I'm like, I'll start my progressions over there. But then the safety came down and picked it up. So I'm like, I can't throw that. But I didn't have anyone going where the safety vacated. So I had no one open. And by the time I looked back across the field, it was too late. I can't run the ball. I wish I could. That's the one thing, the one major gripe I have with this team. We can't run. I'm going to look at the numbers and they're not going to look terrible in this game. I know they're not because we got sacked a couple of times, so that lost me yards. But I don't feel like we had a great game running. If we get the yards when we have to, I'll take that, but I don't feel like we had a great game on the ground. I mean, when we got in the red zone and we had to get touchdowns, we did. So I mean, that counts for something. But running is hard. I'm trying different ways to run the ball, stuff with tight ends, going in motion, the back out the like a fullback or like a tight end, going in or not necessarily me putting him in motion, but the play where he goes in motion and becomes a fullback or a receiver going across the field. Hopefully that it will give me more favorable alignment. But we just struggle at the point of contact. There's a lot of runs where we just get blown up in the backfield because someone gets beat off the line of scrimmage. Either they just didn't get picked up or they just insta shed because our line isn't good. Hmm. Right. So both running backs had a touchdown. Not bad. Landers with only one run in this game, and he had to fight to get back to the line of scrimmage. Let me snooze this ad. I might as well just keep talking while I'm putting in these stats, and that'll be it. My longest run was 17 yards, and I feel like I had to work hard for those 17. That's a lot of my runs. I'll take it though. Obviously, Burrow's the star in this game, but Henry and Mack both had big plays too. Burrow 6 for 137, 2 TDs, 43 yards after the catch, no drops again. Crazy.
That is hammered into left. Oh my God. That ball is absolutely murdered.
That was fast.
Crushed by Pujols. And that makes it 11-6 here in the sixth.
You know what I just noticed? I put the wrong Mac in all season long. I'm not gonna lie, I'm just gonna go change his name. I'm gonna edit him to the receiver and change the other guy to the DB. This whole time I've been putting it in wrong. Doing some Kaizo runs, Mr. Wicked. Appreciate the raid, dude. We just finished up a football game and we are on a nice little heater now. That is four in a row for us. Four in a row. Wicked suck. Really, Remy. Unbelievable, this guy. I don't even remember what my other pass to the running back was. A 4 yard play. 'Cause I know the screen got blown up, but I don't remember. It must have been a check down. I really don't remember it. Blocking. Starting to see some pancakes now. So, I mean, I guess that's progress. But still, I'll scrim with you next season. I would honestly, I would be like, you know what? I would be down to scrim you, but I have to go to work in 3 hours, and I woke up late for work yesterday. I woke up after I talked to my dad after the game. I talked to my mom after that. And I'm like, all right, I'm gonna eat and then go to sleep. I'm like, maybe I should play a game. So I booted up the game and I fell asleep in the chair and woke up. And I'm like, oh crap, man, I must have dozed off. So I had Expedition 33 on screen. Like, well, what time is it? And I looked, and I'm supposed to be at work at 12:20. It was 12:15. So I just kind of sat there for a minute, like, so what do I do now? Do I get up? Like, I'm already going to be late. So then my question is, what now? Do I just eat, like eat something before I go to work? Or do I like just rush right away? And I was sitting there contemplating what to do. Then after that, I had the thought, like, well, you do have UPT, so you can just not go to work. And maybe you just need to go back to sleep because clearly you're tired. Just, hop in bed and go to sleep. But I ended up just hopping in the shower. I'm not going to go to work. I'm not going to get this overtime for very long because once, the holidays are past, we're going to go back to regular hours. So, like, let me take advantage of this while I can now. But I did see something cool. One of the warehouses, I guess they're having issues with people showing up for the shift. So all overtime is paid out at double time for that warehouse. Like, where's that for us? I would love double pay for overtime. Drag me out that warehouse. Like, straight up. Let me working 55 hours a week, 55 to 60 hours a week there. Yeah, give me give me that. That would be a nice little. To me, that's more of a bonus than anything. But I am due out a bonus here um after the holidays because they owe me a bonus of $1,500. So looking forward to that. All right, David. Have a good one, dude. I'll be watching you. I'll try to keep it up and keep it up while staying out of trouble too, please. I believe in you. Where's Harrison at? 'Cause he usually doesn't make tackles. I have Harrison in on certain. He's in certain formations. Where's he at? Where is he at? I don't see him anywhere. I know he's on here. There he is. Like he usually makes at least a tackle a game. I know he should be on here. Okay, Gray 14511. Nice to see us being able to get some sacks because we weren't doing that even with Florida State. So hard getting pressure. Trash on defense. Hopefully, whoever I have next season will play better defense. At least better than Florida State. I don't know how it's going to end up with this team, but hey, if defense can continue to improve, I think that we'll have a solid finish to the season. I would just like to, if I can hit my all of my goals, that'd be great. Anything else is gravy. And then I have 2 games next week, so I don't know when they'll want to play. It'll be the last of the suffering at work, so it'll just be one of those. I'll be tired, but let's get this game in and just hopefully we continue to play well. Then so with 4 tackles, mainly because I was controlling him. I was out of position and I was trying to keep the ball out the middle of the field. Really concerned about his running back. Yeah, 5 sacks in this game. Just the one pick. Herard, 8 yards. Should have kept it in the end zone. I just cost myself yards for no reason. Williams with a deflection. Lewis and Herard with a deflection. Lewis, thank you. Like I know you're there. And then the forced fumbles. Defensive tackle with a fumble, a strip sack fumble. Can't believe that he made that happen. Since I put him in my lineup, he's played really well. I had him as the backup. I've moved him to the starter, and I think that's really helped out with some aspects of my defense. I feel like my defensive line has played better with him in there. Going to get a little bit more pressure. He doesn't have that grip breaker like the other guy does, but he just has been more productive. And at the end of the day, I'm just going to take production. I don't care about all the other stuff. Just give me an impact. And good job for us. We forced the fumbles and we recovered both. Those fumbles definitely had a big impact on this game. I can't believe, man, that guy was wide open. Did not see him. I don't know what I was looking at because he just ran straight down the field and I had no one back there at all. There was nothing I could do. If he just lobs that ball, it's a walk-in touchdown because there was no one even remotely close to him. 'Cause I definitely would like to watch that play back and maybe listen to see if I said anything like I was trying to key on something because I do not know why I did that. That was terrible defense by me on that play, and I got so lucky that it didn't result in a touchdown because I deserved it because I was the one that blew the coverage. That was my responsibility. All right, stats are done. My block is done because I only had one game. Ah, feels good. Now I have to be at work in 3 hours. I'm gonna call my dad and see if I can get a couple hours of sleep and actually wake up on time this time. Because I'll be in overtime by the end of the day. So try to maximize that the best I can. So I will be back on stream tomorrow night. And because I don't have an NDL game to play, we're just gonna stream some other stuff. Probably gonna play Expedition 33. Make some progress in that game and maybe do some practice for Tekken. I haven't bought my ticket for Evo yet, but I plan on registering, so I will be working on that. Otherwise, I'll see you guys tomorrow night. Thanks for watching.